Hello, everybody. Dan DeFedericis, Saratoga Report. I'm here with a good friend of mine, Mary Beth McGarrahan, the development director for Franklin Community Center. Mary Beth and I go way back. We were both different roles at Universal Preservation Hall when Mary Beth was just a shell of a building. How are you doing
Yeah,
this cold
I'm good,
Thursday
Dan.
morning?
Happy holidays to you. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, thank you. And the way this interview sort of came together is I had a little bit of business at with Franklin Community Center a couple weeks ago, and you gave me an impromptu tour of everything with the food pantry there, and so much that was going on, and I never realized. I was just amazed by how comprehensive and large the operation is at the Franklin, covering 3 or 4 buildings at least, right?
Right.
And I wanted to talk to you about it. I said, Mary Beth, we got to talk about this to the community. And I think the community knows some things about the Franklin Community Center, but I don't think they know everything. And we're not going to hit everything today, but we're going to hit some points that they may not know. First of all, you recently told me that 2023 is the 40th anniversary year for the Franklin Community Center. You had a nice event earlier this fall to celebrate that, and you had great community support. You want to talk about the 40th anniversary?
Sure. 1983 was a different time here in Saratoga Springs. The traditionally the west side of Saratoga was racially diverse, but also economically depressed. And many of the services and the assistance that our community members who were in need of special assistance just didn't have the access to it. And thanks to a lot of work from many people here in the community, we were able to become the using the newly renovated space at 10 Franklin Street, which is still part of our group of buildings, is now our food pantry. Used to be the home for everything, so all of our programs, and it was a new moms. There was a traveler's aid society worked out of there. There was a legal aid. It was the start of Saratoga Springs Head Start. So for young kids who didn't have a place to go, preschool. So there was a lot of things that we took on as our role changed and our neighborhood changed and our community needs changed, as did our programs. And as you said, we now encompass 4 buildings right at the intersection of Franklin and Washington. So a lot of people go past and they, as you said, they don't quite realize the scope of what we do. Including our free store, our food pantry. We have low-income housing, and we also have our after-school program in the Saratoga Springs City School District in all 6 grade schools called Project Lift.
Wow. And you touched on a couple of important services you give there. There's some that I did not know about. Can you touch on the food pantry and the free store and what that is, and how
Yeah.
those that may be able to may benefit from those could get involved?
Sure. Food Pantry is an emergency food pantry. It is located at 10 Franklin Street. And what we do there is we provide 3 to 5 days worth of food for any individual or household who approaches us in need. There are no restrictions in regards to a minimum or maximum salary level. There's none of those financial things. If someone walks in and says they're in need, we are able to provide them with food assistance. We have recently started our online ordering, and it makes it very easy and easily accessible for anybody who is in need. They go on to our website, they fill out an application form, and they get to have almost 100% choice of what they would like in their food package. Food packages are based on the size of the household. So if it's a household of 2, obviously your order will be quite smaller than any of the households are for 6 or 7 or 8 people. We do have a huge amount, or I should say a wide variety of foods and dietary products there. So if somebody is vegan, if someone is gluten-free, if somebody needs low salt or low sugar, all of that we do try to make sure that our food pantry is separated out in that way. The big thing too, the food pantry, and I always like to say it's a little bit of a misnomer calling it a food pantry, because a large amount of what we also provide to our clients are those items that are not able to be purchased with their SNAP benefits. SNAP benefits follow the USDA guidelines and therefore is more food related. So when you go to the grocery store and you buy any of your hygiene products, your feminine hygiene products, even your cleaning or paper products, toilet paper, tissue, you can't buy that with SNAP benefits. And that, if anybody has gone to Target or Walmart lately to buy their items, they know how much all of those items cost. So we're
shockingly so, yes.
Yep, we're very happy to be able to provide that. And of course, we also make sure we take care of our furry friends. So we also have dog and cat food available for those in the household who have pets.
And you showed me it's like a mini warehouse where you've got volunteers just as busy as bees in a hive, creating packages almost like the Instacart concept. I think is kind of what you kind of described there. And they're creating all this stuff, and boy, they were moving, and it's an impressive operation. And it's worth noting who donates to the Frank Community Center for you to give that out.
Thank you for asking. So about 50% of the items that go into the food pantry ready to be distributed to clients comes from Regional Food Bank of Northeastern New York. We pull from the Latham warehouse, and we do receive grants and funding assistance to be able to purchase those food items. John Falco is our food pantry manager. He does an amazing job of managing all of our grants and funding assistance through the Regional Food Bank. And he is able to get items for pennies on the dollar. So you buy a box of Cheerios for $4.50 at one of our local grocery stores. He's able to buy a case of Cheerios for less than 50 cents a box. So it's a huge savings. We would not be able to survive without being the assistance and partnership of Regional Food Bank. But the other 50% comes from community members just like yourself, those who donate to our food pantry, whether it be in kind and you pick up an extra item every time you go to the grocery store, or you can donate financially with your contribution. But we also have a large number of donation drives that we work and partner with businesses and individuals and groups and other organizations here in Saratoga to make sure that we constantly have new items coming in. I think I might have mentioned to you that without all of the assistance we get from our community members and bringing in-kind donations, as well as their monetary donations, within 2 weeks, our shelves would be bare. That's how many things are coming in and going right back out to our clients.
Okay, and I just put your website address on the screen. How can people donate in kind? How can they make financial contributions? And you do currently have a year-end appeal going on. Is that correct?
We do. So in-kind donations to our food pantry can be dropped off anytime, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. If our doors are open, you're welcome to stop in, say hi, and drop off a donation, whether it be a monetary, a check, or cash, or however you would like to make your generous donation. We also have a drop box situated right in front of our food pantry, and we're able to take in non-perishable items any day of the week, 24 hours a day there. We also have our annual appeal. Our annual appeal helps to fund all of the work that we do. I think it's probably the case with a lot of organizations. Our staff are our most important resources, and without the funding to be able to keep our staff on board, being able to keep them trained, being able to offer them a living wage that they deserve. So our annual appeal goes to support that as well. As one of our board members likes to say, it's to keep the lights on. So yeah, we appreciate that. If you go onto the website, you can click on the banner image right at the homepage that says annual appeal, or you can follow the annual appeal going into under our programs page, or really any of the pages. Everything leads to our annual appeal.
Oh, excellent. And back to dropping things off for food and donations over. You said on is it South Franklin? Is that if and can you tell me
It's
the exact address?
So it's 10 Franklin Street.
Okay.
It's located in the block in between Washington Street and Congress Street. If you're familiar at all with Sam's Tires or West Side Bar and Grill, the food pantry is located on that block, right next door to Sam's Tires. And been there for, like you said, 40 years. White picket fence, and we've got an iconic blue door on the front of the building.
You know, I didn't know anything about Franklin Community Center when I first moved here, and I had a very close friend that was a recovering alcoholic, and he didn't have a driver's license because he lost it, and he was very diligent about going to his AA meetings, and I took him there to his first. He was visiting us, and he kept going even though he was away from his house, and that's where I took him to, and that's because it was kind of my introduction to the Franklin Community Center. It does so much for so many people. And people, you are always looking for volunteers. Is that correct?
Sure. Our programs would not be able to survive without the support of our volunteers. In fact, you had mentioned our free store. Our free store is 100% run by our volunteers. 2 days of the week, Mondays and Tuesdays, we're open for donations there. And Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're open for anybody who is in need to stop in, peruse the store. It's set up just like any other store. There's rooms for different items. And again, no salary requirements, none of the financial information. We just need a name and address just to make sure we're keeping track of who comes in and who is able to be assisted. So again, without our volunteers, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. I'd say on the average, if we had all of our volunteers staffing both our food pantry, our project lift, as well as our free store, we're looking at a little over 400 hours a month that is supported by our volunteers, which equates to roughly about $30,000 each month. If we had to pay for that a number of people being on staff. That's the savings. That's the benefit that we get from our volunteers. We also have other events from time to time that we ask our volunteers to help us out with. So if anybody is interested, you can just again head to our website, and right on the homepage, scroll down. It says volunteer. Click on that, fill out the form. And it goes to our office and volunteer coordinator, Meg, who gives you a quick rundown of what our current needs are, and make sure that you get the information you need, and hopefully get you on board to help us out.
Touch on that a little more, and you did somewhat, but so people know that they can help. What if someone says, well, I've got a bad back, or I don't have that many skills? What are some of the duties or jobs that you need filled by volunteers?
Well, our food pantry has 3 different roles. We've got those who help out in the pantry with picking orders, being able to fill the orders for our clients. We also have volunteer opportunities that are more desk bound. When the phone line rings in, we have folks who call us on the daily looking for more information about what we do through our food pantry. Volunteers are able to assist them over the phone. We also have delivery volunteer opportunities. Again, a lot of what comes in through the store, through the food pantry, comes from businesses and partner organizations that have assisted us with their donations. And we need the folks to actually go and pick up the items. So when we do get a donation from a larger grocery store or one of our local businesses, food, restaurant services, we need people to go and pick that up. So that's for the food pantry. In regards to the free store, again, we've got donation days where community members drop off their items that we're in need of for the free store. But then when we have shopping days, we have the opportunity for somebody who enjoys being assisting people, maybe being able to help them find the items that they need, help them shop. And really just being a friendly face to assist as our individuals come on in to shop. So those are 2 main things. We also have opportunities for the younger folk We partner again with Saratoga Springs City School District, and our Project Lift is able to take student volunteers. So I think it's grades 10 through 12. And I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. We're able to have student volunteers be part of our Project Lift program. Again, that's an after-school program, so gives the students an opportunity to work with kids who just need a little extra help, some social and emotional well-being, and helping those kids to reconnect and connect here in the community with younger community members.
Okay. I did not know you did that.
Yeah.
Back to the free store. When I was here a couple weeks ago, or when I was there with you a couple weeks ago, it seemed like you were in need of certain winter items, men's jackets. You were very low on. Is that still the case? What are things that people can bring there that are high need right now?
Sure. I stopped in this morning just to check and see where we're at. We did get more clothes in. We did get some winter coats in of various sizes, but every Wednesday, every Thursday, and Friday when we open up to our to shopping, by tomorrow, I would say the rack will probably be empty again. So it's a constant need. Every week we need new items coming on in. And if someone wanted to donate, they just simply have to give us a phone call. We'll set up an appointment for them on Monday or Tuesday, and they can drop off their items. We do need, in the middle of winter, we do need a lot of coats, mostly larger sizes. A large XL, double XL. So if there is anybody who has a couple of extra coats that they no longer use, we would welcome them to just give us a call, and we can talk them through the process of donating.
Excellent. And the last thing I have here on my list, and we may have touched on it, but the Holiday Assistance Program.
Sure. Holiday assistance at this late date, we are just wrapping up. Holiday assistance, we also call it Adopt a Family. So anybody within the Saratoga County area can reach out to us, fill out an application. So this starts back in October that we start collecting information and sending out information to anybody who would like to also donate. So what we do is we have an application from a family who is in need and is struggling to be able to find the resources to purchase items for their children that holiday. We take that information and we pass it along in an anonymous manner and match them with a donor. So again, a donor could be taking a donation. They could look to donate for one child. They could do a family of 2, a family of 3. We also collect general donations, and that's one of the big things that just happened this past week and the week before. We received Toys for Toga, which it has a huge groundswell support here in Saratoga. We just received in 32 boxes of toys, games, and fun items for our kids to be able to receive and for us to distribute through our holiday assistance program. And we collected just over just under $4,000 in donations, which will again go to support all of our staff and all of our needs during this period, the holidays. So
and a lot of local businesses were involved with that, correct?
So many. And I would hate to mention one and then forget to say another, but it has been a highly successful program. And our shout out goes to Roberto Cruz with DeCrescente, who helped to grow the program to where it is today. But so many other people made it possible. And I'd be remiss if I tried to name one. I know I would forget somebody, and I don't want that to happen. We also receive support through the Saratoga Springs Fire Department and the Saratoga Springs Police Department. They have their holiday hockey game. The Holiday Hockey Classic happens over at the Weibel Rink the weekend of Thanksgiving, and that's another huge supporter where we receive in a large number of in-kind donations, which we're then able to distribute to our families. So I think that. Yeah, I think the number, we've exceeded any past year assistance this year. I think we are over 600 kids who will be assisted by holiday assistance. It's a fantastic number. We're so happy to be able to offer that assistance. And we hope that people think of us next year when it comes time for the holidays, to remember to sign up to be a donor.
We will actually be on it next year. You and I will
Yay.
keep in touch. We see each other now and again anyway, and
Yes.
we'll keep in touch and make sure that we're doing that, and as well as your other programs throughout the year. Mary Beth, thank you for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you.
And I'm excited to learn about this. I learned that day when I was with you a couple weeks ago. I'm learning right here. I hope people that are watching appreciate this as well. We went longer than we anticipated, but this is important stuff,
Yes.
and it's exciting stuff. I'm thrilled to have something so important to this community, so important to those in this community that are in need of such services. That there are people and organizations there that will fill them, and I know there are many others. But that fill different needs as well. So I'm going to do my best to follow through with some of them. So thank you.
Thank
And
you.
happy holidays and Merry Christmas, New
Yes.
Year. The New Year's Fest looks exciting. I'm hoping I can partake in a little bit of it. And so it's always harder with kids, right?
It is. It is. I know you've got little ones. Mine
Yeah.
are almost all grown. So I appreciate it, Dan. Thanks so much for helping us to get the word out about what we do and how people can help out and be a part of our growing community, and make sure that everybody is having a healthy lifestyle and promoting good health. So much appreciated. Thank you, and happy holidays to you as well.
Well, thank you, Mary Beth. Take care.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.